Hello everybody, it's SuffolkBlue, all the way from merry old England. How the devil are you? I hope you are well. Welcome back to Direwolf20's mod pack. Welcome back to the Viva Variety server with me, SuffolkBlue, as we take you through some more base building escapades. Now, if you remember last time, we finished off lots of the building the top. I think it was the blue one. We did this one over here. Obviously, I've completed that one over here, and I have joined them in the middle, and I have finished that because I don't think the doorway, this doorway that we need to put in here, really needs to hit the top part. It might do, and if it does, then we'll build over it. We'll knock everything down and we'll carry on. But today we want to put the main doors in here. Let's start off, I think, by simply putting in where our posts are, because I don't really want to knock down either any of the pillars that are in here, because I don't think that's going to be very helpful. So let's mark where that pillar is. There we go. So now we can see we've got either side. I've obviously already done the decorations either side of this particular doorway, so we don't need to worry about that. We don't need to go beyond this bit here, so everything we do is going to be within this bit here. Now I'm thinking I wanted to come out a little bit. Excuse me, I've got one of them coughs today. You know, you get one of them coughs that no matter what you do, you cannot get rid of. Let's just do blocks up to start with and see how high this looks as a doorway. Okay, I can live with that for now. I can live with that. The other thought that I've had for this particular doorway is I want to use drawbridges so that we can actually have some proper working doors, because I want these to be archers. I want these to be the proper thing. Actually, let's knock those through. That might help me visualize what I'm doing. And I want these to be big, much bigger than the other archways we've built before. Excuse me. Honestly, like all day. Let's take out all the way up using the wand. I'm not going to go all the way through. Let's just take this down from here. All the way up. We'll see what that looks like inside as well, because obviously we want to make sure that we don't completely destroy all the inside. Well, this would have to go as well by the looks of it. Otherwise it will look odd. So you can come out as well. All the way up. Okay. The middle as well? Probably the middle as well. So we really are ripping out the whole of that wall. Woof. Goodness gracious. Right, let's have a look. Okay. So, what are we thinking? I think straight off then, from the inside, we can put back this, having just taken it out, we can put that back, I think. Okay. Okay. Now, at the moment, obviously, they're rectangles, they're not archways, but, yeah, okay. And then what I'm thinking, you go, is we keep that one then. I probably should have got the sledgehammer out and given a wallop. That's what I should have done. Would have had this done much quicker. But, essentially, I want double doors. Now, I don't think in these particular mod packs, not like we had an Attack of the B team, I don't think we've got proper entity detectors, so I don't think I can do player entity, identification, which will only open drawbridges when we get an entity detect, a person, a player, rather than a mob. Not sure. I'll have to look into that. But let's to start off with anyway. Let's get this knocked down. Fabulous. Let's just clear up behind us as well, so we can stand back and have a look. Yeah, big. I like it. I like it. Let's come out. Let's have a look. Yep, I like it there as well. Okay. I think for the top, just to start with, just gonna put in, although this will change, I think. I don't think it's going to be living brick, but in any case, a living rock. It just gives me an idea of how far forward I want to come, and how, because really what I've got to make now is these archways. Bearing in mind that the drawbridges won't be able to do proper archways, I don't think. So, although we could be a bit sneaky. How does that look from the side? Is that too prominent? I don't think so. Let's look from above, stand back and see how far forward it comes. I think that's probably about right. Now, if picture it. If we had we need to make a shape. I'm going to make the shape of the archways here. That's right on the edge. Actually, I'm not going to make it right on the edge. Be gone, because I don't think we're going to have it that far forward by the looks of it. So I think we can make that lower then. Let's make it, because I'm thinking, if you look at the archways that we sort of did next door, I quite like this long, thin rooftop part. So what we can probably do is if we bring down this by 2, because then it'll echo, although it won't be the same as, but it'll echo the shape that we've got going on here. How I'm going to do that for now. Oops. All the wrong blocks coming through, because the drawbridge is not going to be able to move itself around, if you like, within an archway. It's just not going to be able to do it. But if we were to do something like that, so from the front, you see, it's still an arch. Yeah, and if you can imagine, this bit here can either be a downward dropping door from above, because it doesn't matter where you put them, or actually it could equally be a side opening door from either side, which fits into this groove. And because it fits into that groove, if for example we were using dirt as the drawbridge material, you can see that it still helps. You can still see the 3 like that. If it slid across, you would still have that archway effect. The drawbridge would still work, because it's still square blocks that it's moving. But by doing that sort of runner, I suppose, in the middle, it does help. Let's also put in the runner. Oh, hold on, have I put that right in the wrong place? Yes, I have. Totally in the wrong place. Get out. Let's get rid of you and you to start with as well. I think you're in the wrong place too. Right. Let's have a look here. Now, as long as this one is free, right, so let's just bring this down and put in our bedrock grass blocks there. Okay, lovely. And then let's pull this one. Oh, wrong one. Where's my normal ones? Get out of the way. Let's put in our normal center line, because we might do a pillar or something on the front there anyway. I won't do that. I'll probably do a little bit off camera in a second and cut away and come back. But if we do that, and then if we do that, let's put you in as well. Boom, boom. Where's my grass now? There it is. Up. Oh, get off the ground. What is wrong? Heavens above. There. Yep, so we've still got the arch. But it's going to have to go back one. Do you see what I've done? Is that this would have to come out. Yeah? You with me? You with me? Because otherwise... Hold on, let's take this one out. This here has to come out. Let's take this out with the wand quickly, and then once I've got a basic shape, we'll cut away and I'll go and do some work off camera, and I'll bring it back and show you what I've done. But let's just have a play around. This is how we do it. If you haven't seen it, incidentally, we've just done a video with Digi making his blood temple. So if you haven't seen that, do go and have a look at that as well after you've finished with this one. Oh no, not that block. It will be not there. It will be there, and it will be there and there maybe, just to start off with, and then we can put in there and there. Let's have a little stand back and look. Okay, and then I would surmise, I think what would happen is that we're going to lose this edge. Having just put it in. Might keep a lip above the top, we'll see. But I'm more likely to micro block that, so it's not a full block, maybe half block, or something along those lines. Let's clear this out of the way. But that would be that would be a door, and the actual door itself will be square, flat runner in here. It will shoot across from here and back again. That needs to be gone. In the form of a drawbridge. The drawbridge is going to have to come from either the below, or it's going to have to come from above. Now it could come from above because, as I said, we're not limited. We could do something with this top part as well, so we could pull this out a little bit maybe. I'm going to go away and at least finish up this part, this side, so it's equal with this side, and then I'll have a little play around and see whether I like the shapes that I'm making, and I shall bring you back once we've made a little bit more progress. Welcome back. So I did a lot of work off camera actually, because I was struggling trying to find a shape that would complement the wall, wasn't too proud, still had enough room for the doors. Did I change upstairs? Did I need to change upstairs? Yes, I did. Because there was no way that I would... It looked really unbalanced without something on the top of it. So let's have a little look. Let's start at the bottom, at the doors themselves, and work the way up. So we've now made them wider. We can still see that we have got our gully in here, which will allow us to use our drawbridges. I haven't put them in yet, and I don't know how I'm going to make them work. They may still be lever driven at the moment, which is just not what we wanted, but still that's just the way it goes. 4 across, so they're big doors. You know, these are the big archways. A good pointed arch at the top, straight down at the sides. I went away from this dropped arch here, just because it didn't. I wanted it to look different from these actually. Standing back and looking at them, they were sort of merging in, and I wasn't happy with that. I also didn't like the really thin column here. I wanted a slightly thicker, solid piece of wall here to work with, which would also mean that the back side looks better. I have sculpted around the top just to make those steps sort of bleed into one another a bit better. Really given that high arched look, hopefully, is the feel I'm going for. Obviously we've paved the floor. But those are the main doors at the front. Double doors, main doors, and the approach, you've got to imagine, and I might go and put the wood in here actually in a minute so you can see it, but I'm going to use, I think, great wood, which is a really dark wood, and have great wood doors. And I may even have, like this one across here might end up being either gold or metal, and this one at the top here as well. So when they shut, it would look, like you've got these bands of metal across the doors. I'm also thinking about that. It depends whether these doors are powered from in here, or whether they're powered from above. That's the question. We then we go up the sides, and as you can see I've tapered them in, given that little column for. I was thinking of putting marble columns here, but actually standing back I think that brick just helps, because too much marble would drown out these accents, and I don't want to lose those accents. So we're using the ordinary stone living brick stairs and living brick itself, with a bit of living rock around the edges as well. Just create a lip on the top. So in exactly the same way, you're just taking this design and stretching it round, and that way really helps it to bleed in with everything else. I've had a look here, and I'm still not 100% decided whether I like on its own or those two. Because I like that little extra lip it suddenly gives it for no reason. It looks like a face. Does give it some texture from the side, not a great deal, but it does give it a little something. I'm going to leave that for now. If you've got any strong feelings either way, you let me know in the comments, and I'll probably ignore you, or I'll take your comments on board. but those are the walls. So that's the bottom section. Then we come up, and all I've done is take, because it works so well anyway. This whole, I love this facade, and it works so well that I thought, well, I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to extend it out. So that's exactly what I've done. Is I've just pulled it out a little bit so that it's even, so that the windows are exactly the same. Obviously, if you come, if you come from over here, look, it blends in to the point whereby actually you don't really notice it, which is good. And that's what we want. But obviously from the side you can see that we have got this extra windows in here. Obviously kept all the theme around, all the design around, blended all in. Same with the top, using the stairs again, top and bottom stairs, just around the top to create that indented lip all the way around. Yeah, okay, so we have that lip up and bottom. And then on top now, originally I kept thinking to myself, well, I'll just extend this out as well, but actually no, this walkway between these towers is important for this building. Again, just to, I mean, this is going to sound weird, but whenever I build something, I think of the backstory for this building. The most important why does this building exist? What's its function? Well, this building is a magical building which is going to be hosting these nodes, these sort of primary power nodes. And it should look like a thermometer as much as possible. Yes, there's an extra little lip here where the doors come in, but ultimately it should look like a thermometer first and foremost, and it still does. And you know, even from above, even with that doorway in there, it doesn't really detract massively from it. It still does the shape that I want, still looks exactly like a thermometer how I wanted it to be. And I didn't want to mess around with this runner along the top, because this runner along the top connects all these towers up, and actually this is just the door, it's not as important as the rest of the function. So just a lower little crenulation around the edge, take it down a little bit, still give it a little something on the top to make it so it's not like blank stone, but this is all just decoration. This is just a little palmet on top of that tower. From the inside, from the top, all we've done is it just bulges out. That's all it does. And as I say, it may very well be that there's some levers up here, and this actually might be a really good place to put the elevators as well, to get in and up and down this building, because, you know, we haven't got any way of actually getting from this floor to the next floor, you know, or you know, above that. So yeah, we're going to need to look at that in a bit more detail. But yeah, so this is the inside. I love the walls. We've got more, there's still more decoration to do on the whole of this inside, but at least this is fixed. And as I say, once we get the drawbridges in, it'll look you know, pretty good. I mean, let me just go and grab, I wonder now, what am I going to use? Am I going to use great wood or great wood planks? Probably going to use planks. Let's go and grab something. Have I got any wood in here? Did I bring any wood? No, okay, well, we won't worry too much, but you know, when we get the drawbridges in, because they'll have to be made, we'll play around with that and I'll show you the mechanics, because that will be a good episode. But we're left with, of course, coming in here, are these the main doors? Well, I don't think they are. I would like this to go straight through. I feel like that's how it should go. It should go straight through the middle here. So in essence, what we're going to do now, what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tunnel out. I had to charge me one twice already, but I'm going to tunnel out all of this through here and make these into archway doors, exactly the same way as we've got over there. And I'm also I'm contemplating whether or not this needs to overhang here as well. I don't think it does this time. I'm not in the place where I think that has to happen, but I don't know yet because I'm not sure. I don't think I want to put any doors on the inner, there's no inner doors to this, yeah? So the outer doors are the only protection this building has, and the walls themselves. There are no inner doors, you know, like double portcullises or anything, because again, this is a magical building, and in my head, you know, any threat to these people would have been combated by a serious lot of magic, probably from those towers, like some energy beams or something, some fire bolts and lightning strikes. So I don't think they're going to need like a double portcullis or a door inside, but they obviously are going to have like some grand entrance ways into the main courtyard, and I think this is what this is going to end up being. So you almost replicate these directly across here from here. So once you come through here, you're going to end up with these really big doors on this bit. And again, I don't want to go any higher than I need to with these. So again, I'm going to go away off camera and finish these off, and then I'll bring you back and we'll do the final look and show and tell of this entrance way. But there we go, a little bit of perseverance and we get there in the end. I will be right back. Welcome back, everybody. So, okay, we've done a little bit of work. I've gone for a very much more simple, I'll talk about the middle in a second, a very much more simple approach to this doorway. for the other side. We are not affecting anything on the other side in terms of its shape, in terms of its overview. It's not necessary. They won't be having a second door here. This is just another entranceway into the courtyard, but it is much bigger and it mirrors the doors. So I just think that if you're standing sort of here in the centre to be able to see straight out, I don't know, I think that looks pretty good. From the inside, I've done exactly the same thing as I did on the other side, so I've used exactly the same shapes. Oops, why won't I fly suddenly? Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. It's if my wings are getting tired. You can see I've used exactly the same technique, both sides, mirroring all the time. Really helps to give that symmetry look because it's the same. You can see the archways along the top. Obviously we've glowstone stripped them around as well. Same design, kept these lovely plinths all the way around, the same as what you get at the other end. So in essence, really, the only difference between that end and this end is that it has a huge door, which you can see straight through the middle of and straight out. And I think that for me, that's what I want, because this is the entrance. This is the grand entrance that would go, wow, you know, look what we're in. There will be. I haven't chosen the material. In my mind, I'm thinking great wood. We might use a dark oak. We could use something spruce. I don't know, but it should be a dark wood anyway. But there we go, everybody. That's it. That's all I'm going to show you today. That's the main door. Haven't done the mechanics. When we actually do the mechanics of it again, I'll bring you back in. So that you can have a look and see. Let's go a little slow turns here so you can see how some of these look from the inside and round. I like it. I do like it. And then the door itself. I like that as well. If you like this, please give a thumbs up. I'm also on Votable now. I've got a Votable page, so if you're a Votable follower, do go and check me out. Do send me a hello. It's always nice to have followers on there as well, and that helps you keep track of everything that I'm doing here and elsewhere. But if you have enjoyed this episode, please give a like. Any comments as well. I'm always loving to read what you people think about the builds that I do. Also remember, this is a joint server, it's a shared server, so go and check out all the other players from V for Vanilla, V for Variety who are playing on here. The links are in my description. See the world from their point of view and have a look at the bases. Also remember, we've just built Digimaster's Blood Temple, so if you haven't seen that episode, go and have a look at that as well. But next time, just before we say goodbye, we're going to come to here and this massive dirt in the middle here, because we now need to get into Arcane Infusion. So this is where our infusion area is going to be, and we need to make it. So the next time when we come back, we've done all the building we're going to do for a little time. We're going to get into infusion. But until next time, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.